awesome.
Awesome.
That was awesome.
You guys are awesome.
No.
You're awesome.
No.
You are awesome.
Sir, you are awesome. Seriously.
Awesome. Awesome.
Awesome.
Everything is awesome.
Welcome to this week's edition of Everything is Awesome. I am your host, Kev, and this is the show where we sit down and talk to awesome people about awesome things. And here we are at episode 49. We have a lot of news to get to you. First and foremost, Happy New Year. Happy 2017. This is our first official show of 2017, and I'm so excited for it. Not necessarily for it, the show, but it, the year. I hope that we have big things happening for us because they're already in motion. We're going to get to that in just a second. This year, 2017, marks the year that we enter my 10th year into podcasting. In February 21st, I believe, will be the 10-year mark that I broke my ankle, and that event led to the path of me getting into podcasting. And I believe June-ish, it will be 10 years of me podcasting. It's been a remarkable decade. There's not many things people do for 10 years, except for your normal things that kind of everyone does. Drive, work, perhaps relationships or being a parent, something like that. And I haven't even had a relationship last 10 years yet. The one I'm in now presumably will last until my dying breath. And I haven't even been a dad for 10 years yet. I've been a dad for 5 years next week. More than 5 years, I guess, technically, with the 9 months of pregnancy, but whatever, you know what I mean. So this is like huge for me, huge, 10 years. And as I enter my 10th year of podcasting, February 1st marks the first anniversary of Everything is Awesome. And we're celebrating. On January 29th, from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m., we're going to be hosting an event, the first annual Everything is Awesome Podiversary show. It's going to be me and 4 other shows doing their live interpretation of their podcast. We got Party of One. We got A Quest for Magic and Steel. We got 25 O'Clock Pod. We got Full Belly Laughs, and of course, Everything is Awesome going on between 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. on Sunday, January 29th, 2017 at Tattooed Mom. That's right, we're going back to where the Philadelphia Podcast Fest, where our live shows started. It's going to be a ton of fun. I can't wait for it. We're working on cool things. A huge shout out and thanks to Tattooed Mom for helping sponsor this event and giving us the space to do it in. A big shout out to Bridge Set Sound, another sponsor. They're providing the audio for us and recording the event for us. So glad Steve agreed to do it. Shout out to Fireball Printing. They are doing excellent work on printing some ads for us and some posters and some other stuff. It's going to be fantastic. So big shout out to Fireball Printing. Big shout out to Tellist. Mike will be providing some more prizes for stuff during the event. So big shout out to Tellist, who's helping sponsor the event. And I can't disclose what Spearman's doing, but Spearman, because we're still working on it, Spearman will also be sponsoring the event, and hopefully in the next show or so we can announce what they're going to end up doing. Now, that's not the only big thing that's happening in 2017. Before we hit our 1-year mark, we are going to be doing something that I've kind of dreamed of my entire podcasting career. I'd say about 6 months into me podcasting, when I started my second show called Creepcast, at some point we had a little spin-off show called The Generic Show. And that's kind of like the inkling of when I wanted to do a network, a podcast network. And it's really hard to start one of them up. You need to have like a network of friends that are all into podcasting. And at the time, I didn't really have that. And actually, to be honest, last year I tried starting the podcast network up again, and it was just hard to kind of organize that. So it's been a dream of mine to be part of, at the very least, a podcast network. And starting next week, we are officially going to be with the Core Temp Arts Podcast Network. You can check them out at coretemparts.com. you guys have listened, or you will be listening to my interview with Chris Revel from Let's Chat with Revel and Friends. That's going to air as episode 51 and 52 before our 1-year anniversary. And he is part of that network. I was on his show a few weeks ago. I don't think he has episode numbers. You can check it out on coretemparts.com. But really excited. It's such a cool little network. It's into all the things that I'm into. Like, every show on the network has something to do with pop culture or geekdom, nerddom, whatever you want to say. And it's just, it seems like a really good fit for this show. They're excited to have us. I'm excited to be part of that. But more importantly, talking with Carly, who is the founder of Core Temp Arts, her big thing is like community, and something that, like, in the last year I discovered, like, the Philadelphia Podcasting Society is a very cool community of podcasters, and that's like kind of the mission of Core Temp Arts is podcasters helping one another, listeners having a place to go to I guess just be and gather and listen and talk about their favorite shows. So really excited to embark on this. That's going to start next week with episode 50. And another cool thing about episode 50 is, and for episode 25, we sat down and we talked to the Batman. For episode 50, we're going to sit down and we're going to talk to Thor. That's right. I don't know how we're going to open up the lines of communications from here to Asgard, but man, we are going to be talking to Thor. So such a cool, iconic interview is going to be happening on our debut for Core Temp Arts Podcast Network. You're still going to be able to find us on awesomepodcast.com. You don't have to do anything different when you subscribe to our show, or if you're already subscribed to your show. Nothing is going to change except for maybe our artwork and a few plugs here and there. I hope to have a lot of the people from the network on as guests and whatnot. So really excited for that. But this episode, episode 49, we are going back to our second ever live recording at New York Comic Con, the unofficial show of New York Comic Con. We were in Hell's Kitchen, the Producers Club, and oh boy, was this show a train wreck. There was no sound guy, so there was no way to get a clean audio recording except to set up my blue snowball microphone on the stage and let that record into my laptop as the words came out of our mouth into the microphone and out the PA system. So it is going to be a fun one for sure. As far as, my ideals of celebrating failure, it all goes back to episode 10, that celebration of failure, where we had a couple interviews that we lost hours of audio for. I'm not a fan of, hiding all that stuff. I kind of like putting it all on Front Street, where you get to hear maybe the disappointment in my voice as this episode goes on. I start the show out really disappointed because the intro did not play like the way I wanted it to play. It did not sound loud. I couldn't hear it from backstage and whatnot. So, but I don't like hiding that stuff. I like kind of putting it all out on Front Street, like I said. So that's what this episode is. Episode 49 is going to be our live Comic-Con show, New York Comic-Con show that was held at the Producers Club back in October. Really excited to get past that, I guess, because it's... I don't know. I'm just excited to get past that because there's so much cool things happening. Episode 50, we're joining Core Temp Arts. Episode 50, we're interviewing Thor from Asgard. Episode 53 will end up being our first Podiversary episode that we're doing live at my favorite place in the whole wide world to do podcasts right now, and that's Tattooed Mom. I had a blast doing the podcast there for the Philadelphia Podcast Festival, so I hope you guys can come check it out. We're going to have more announcements as the weeks go on about the event, about our live show there. But all you need to know for now is it's going to be on January 29th, 2017 from 1 to 6. Party of One will be there. Quest for Magic and Steel will be there. Full Belly Laughs will be there. 25 o'clock will be there. And Everything is Awesome is going to be there. Go to bday.awesomepodcast.com for more details. Enough of me talking in the present. Let's go back a couple months to a happier time when Trump wasn't president-elect, when we were still goo-goo eyes over all the cool pop culture nerdom happening at New York Comic Con, when we thought there was going to be a sound guy. Well, no, you know what? This recording takes place just after that little happy moment. And we sit down and talk to Rachel Leishman. She's a improv artist and podcaster out in New York City. We're hoping to have her on the show again to give her own little spotlight on the show, since things just went completely off the rails as we did this show with no sound guy and whatnot. So we hope to have her on the show. Here it is, the live show from New York Comic Con 2016, right here on awesomepodcast.com.
All right, guys, it is my sincerest pleasure to introduce Kevin Gallagher and Mike D'Angelo from the Everything is Awesome podcast.
So happy to be here.
So happy. Honest to God, we, real quick here, I don't even know, Kevin out of the blue just sort of contacted Ace and I and was like, hi, you don't know me. You want to do this podcast?
That's totally his style.
And we're like, sure. And then it's become this craziness. So we're so grateful for you guys. I'll let you guys take it away.
Thank
Here
you
we
very
go.
much. This is going to be a real classy show, all right? We're going to start with one of these where I just hit play on here. And this is real classy.
It's classy.
Classic.
We couldn't get the sound working through the system.
It's okay. We're good.
We're good.
We're drunk every time. We're all
No one wants to see that. Yeah, just turn that off.
It's on. We're on.
So that's the part of the course for this podcast today, guys. No intro music.
There was intro music.
It was,
you could barely hear.
We're just gonna sit down. I mean, we're just gonna not do it right anyway. So, thank you guys for coming to Everything is Awesome Late Night with Once Upon a Why. Give it up for my co-host this evening, the creator of Tell Us, and my best friend, Mike D'Angelo. And wow, New York City, dude. It's like off Broadway. It doesn't get better than this.
Twice off.
Twice off.
Off.
It does not get better than this.
It's been a long time since we've been to New York at the same time.
Yes. I remember a couple times, but I guess only in the city once.
Yeah. It's been like 16 or 17 years.
I don't know how accurate that is, though, because we talked about this briefly before the show. Because you're referring to Bedford Diaries, right?
Yeah.
There's no way I was 16.
All right, so maybe it was 12 years ago.
Yeah, I think that's accurate. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you remember the story better than I do, so let's talk about this train wreck.
But I don't remember the same things that you were
Do
in.
you guys remember the WB?
Yeah.
Do you guys remember how many episodes?
I think they got to 6 before they were canceled.
Okay, there was this show called The Bedford Diaries. So they're not the only actors out there.
I know the dude from One Tree Hill that was on it. Yeah.
Milo,
Yeah.
no, it wasn't.
No,
Was it Ken Badgley? No.
Milo was on it.
That was Gossip
Yeah.
Girl.
Was it?
I know that was
Was it?
Let's just go pull up IMDb.
Ernest-
Wait, he
Ernest
played,
Waddell?
No, he played Jake on One Tree Hill. Oh my god.
Benedict Cumberbatch.
But yeah, so it was you were acting in Bedford Diaries and said,
I wouldn't
hey,
say
Kev.
acting.
Well, you know.
I showed up. I got paid.
And then you
sort
said,
of,
hey Kev, they need more people.
to beat up.
Yeah, it was a crazy. They were doing this reenactment of
It was like a 70s protest.
70s reenacted protest.
Brian Green?
And the dude was like, hey, do you mind if I really beat you up? And I was like, yeah, I used to wrestle, why not? Mind you, it was supposed to be acting that we were... No, I was real wrestling. WWE. It started in the backyard, though. It did start in the
I
backyard.
don't really think you can didn't say it was WWE.
It was in the style of.
It was in the style. Yeah, we were a cover band.
Yeah, exactly. What were we? FTW, that's what we were.
You still have the tattoo.
I do.
And you forgot the initials.
Dude, I'm drunk. But yeah, that was. Cheers to being drunk. This is gonna be an easy show. I thought it was gonna be really hard and awkward. They're all drunk. Fuck, this is what we did wrong in Philly, dude.
We didn't wait long enough.
We went on too early. We gotta go on at the night. That's when everyone's drunk.
I see.
Wow, thanks for being an easy crowd, guys. We're gonna go to some trivia. We're gonna give out some prizes and do some fantasy trivia. It's kind of like Quizzo, except we don't have all the fancy equipment. Normally we have you guys shout awesome, but I think it just makes sense to shout once this time.
Thanks for
Okay, great.
I'm out.
So we're gonna get at least 10 of these.
Give it up,
Hercules, guys.
10 once is it?
Feed Hercules.
Mike, you got the prizes, right? All right.
We don't have
Plenty more.
We made it fantasy themed. Seemed appropriate for the show. What does Pinocchio get turned into when he's been bad?
Donkey! Wait, are we?
No, people are gonna scream once.
That's
What?
you were
What?
laughing
Down front.
Donkey.
Nope. Nope. Drink.
Donkey!
Yeah,
What's a donkey?
I don't
It
know.
is.
Donkey. Okay,
It
okay.
is donkey. The correct answer is donkey.
Oh my god, I feel like I'm in my living room. Everyone calm down.
Are we
Calm
ready?
down.
I don't even know what the question
I
is.
don't. Donkey?
It's donkey.
The donkey.
It's
What was
donkey.
Do you remember the cartoon?
The cartoon.
The donkey?
Okay,
Yeah, it was donkey.
hold on.
I thought we were talking about one.
Yeah, I was like once upon a time.
Let's clarify.
It's the fairy tales and Jack.
It's most of these are based off the original fairy
Can
tales.
I retry?
And the
Okay.
next question.
Let's do that. Can they raise their hands?
Yes.
Are we in class,
I mean, if you
Aaron?
wanna keep going.
Aaron.
You guys wanna shout once? I'm just gonna keep saying. Yeah, you guys said would.
Get everybody drinks.
Cap.
Okay, everybody
You're
calm
doing
down.
this one.
Calm down.
Right there.
I don't even know what's happening.
Right there in the front row.
Okay, question.
What happened?
Hold up, everyone. Quiet. You've got to be quiet between the insanity.
What happened?
We good?
Yes.
We're good.
I don't even know what happened.
Just like to take control and make
I
sure.
do,
we
I'm
need to
sorry,
talk
I'm
this
sorry.
thing. No, it's fine.
You're the straight man.
In the
What?
What?
Did you just assume her sexuality?
Long term saying she's the voice of the audience.
yes,
Okay.
I got
I am Jason Bateman of this group.
We're whacked out of our heads.
it. I remember, don't raise your hand, shout once.
Okay.
Drink.
In the Grimm's fairy tale, what was the name of the person who imprisoned Rapunzel? Is it A, Dame Wanda? Is it B, Dame Gothel? C,
Once.
Lady?
Oh, we got it once.
Dane Gothel.
Woo!
Boom.
Nice. Do you know
Next question.
Okay. I haven't seen Tangled.
Remember this, kids? Remember this?
Flick the lights on.
That's good.
It's like inside voices.
Peace sign.
Inside voices.
Alright, come on.
Alright, what were Cinderella's shoes made of?
Glass. Steel.
No.
Trying to get us.
Original fairy tale.
Oh.
Original fairy tale.
Oh. Wait,
Who said
Anybody in the back got this?
Oh, you are right.
Nope.
You're
No.
into the woods. You
Once,
should know.
babies.
Into the woods.
It was made of babies?
No. What?
It's not made of Boom, golden is.
Nicely done.
I love into the woods.
Lance looks so disappointed. He's like, what the fuck?
Come on, Lance. Come on.
By the way, thanks for putting someone extremely funny on before us. Way to
Lance,
raise the
come
bar,
on here.
Lance.
Lance, come up here.
Come on.
Let's get that shit.
I'm sorry.
I'll grab a seat.
But what happens to our wisdom reason?
How awesome was Lance tonight?
I'm just angry because I yelled once and I didn't get mother.
You want it?
So maybe, so Kev, what we do is we give Lance
First shot.
Alright, yeah, okay, that's fair. You get first shot at this question.
Well, I just have to tell you, my best friend Donna Murphy sang Mother Gothel in the movie of Tangled, and so it's the only freaking Disney answer I know.
Well, to be fair,
No, it's too late now.
I mean, it's just a bunch of everything is awesome swag and tell books. It's nothing
I'm
special.
all upset.
Just joking, buddy. Alright, so you'll get first shot at this. In Beauty and the Beast gave a magic mirror to her so that she could do what?
One.
Come on! What are we just break rules? In Beauty and the Beast gave a magic mirror to her so that she could do what? A, see how handsome he really was when his image was reflected. See how ugly her heart was when she looked in the mirror. See her family that she missed. Or D, see her future with him.
Or E, do her taxes. Because back in the day.
Can I phone a friend?
Absolutely.
Sure.
We have time.
I'm gonna phone my friend right here.
See her family. She wanted to see her dad.
It's accurate.
She got it. I'm now happy again, and now Donna Murphy will be my friend again. Sure.
I was trying to help
Alright. In the story of Cinderella, how did the stepsisters get punished?
I know. Finish your question.
Let's see if you get it. Scott, let's see if you can. Let's see. Do you know it? The answer? Based off what I asked so far?
What did I say so far?
I think it was in the story of Cinderella. How did the stepsisters
Punish Cinderella by making her do all their chores.
No.
Get Ashley. Ashley.
I'm Ashley.
Yeah. She's Ashley.
Didn't they have to dance to death from running?
No.
That's the one.
That's accurate.
What was that?
Lawrence, close your eyes.
Into the woods,
Which
guys.
is, I'm a little disappointed I'm not getting to read some of the answers, so I think Mike's made some of them up.
Oh yeah.
But when I was going through these answers that were on here, and I read that, I was like, there's no way that's the answer.
Oh yeah. Yeah, once we get to number 8.
I had no idea how evil fairy tales were.
They're very dark. They're very dark.
Are we referring to Disney or referring to
Grim.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, it's
So-
all messed up.
Wait. I might have an answer. Didn't their heels bleed when they tried to put the...
That happened.
Yeah, they cut off their heel and the other one cut off their toes. Yeah.
Right.
Into the woods.
Guys, I got 4 answers on here. It's not that wordy.
Hey, Into the Woods is, I'm sorry,
I've never
but Into
seen
the
it.
Woods is prior to Once.
It is.
Oh.
It is.
Broadway.
Agreed. Musical
Yes.
people. Agreed.
Sondheim.
Sondheim, baby.
Yes.
Alright. This one's just for you, Mike, because I know how much you love Hansel and Gretel from Once Upon a Time.
I did have some Gretel.
After Hansel and Gretel have slain the witch in Grimm's fairy tale and escaped from the gingerbread cottage, one final obstacle confronts them as they make their way home. What is it?
I don't know that.
A.
If I had an 11th prize, I'd give it out to that one.
I got this. It's traffic on the 405.
I was going to say child welfare.
Or Lincoln Tunnel.
Close.
Guys, this is a serious game.
Is it A, a solid wall of thorns, which opens at a touch from the witch's wand? B, a gate guarded by an evil dwarf who is slain by passing huntsmen?
Oh, I know this. I know this one.
Is it because you're reading the sheet?
No.
And you have to
I'll leave her alone, let her guess.
Let's see how many words you
Share
get.
your
How many
prize.
words to read? No, what is it?
Well, read the third one just to make that door.
C, a deep ravine over a over which a mighty wind blows them like dry leaves. Or is it D, a body of water which they cross with the help of a kindly duck?
It's the duck.
It's the duck.
It's water. It's a bridge.
Can I say
No one's saying what?
What? It's the duck.
I have a story after that. I have a
Who
story
said it?
after that.
I was making that.
I did.
Emma did.
But I can't win again.
Yeah, you can. There's no rules against that.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Do it.
You get
look though?
I hope not.
Thank you.
Whoa! In the original tale,
Okay, everyone, it's so loud.
Are we redlining, Aaron? We're
We're
redlining.
redlining. Everyone is redlining.
Yeah, red line.
in the original tale, Sleeping Beauty didn't wake up from a kiss from her prince, but from what?
Giving
What? Head.
once.
Who said
Wait,
what?
hold on. I love you guys both.
I know.
Back row. What we got?
What was the question?
In the original tale, Sleeping Beauty did not wake up from a kiss from her prince, but from what?
Netflix.
She got. Oh, sorry.
Netflix.
And chill, yeah.
All right, elaborate. What happened after that?
Should we go pregnant? No.
Yes, that's why she has two kids.
She was raped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It
now
wasn't like that good again?
That's not why she
it wasn't even about the prince. It was
Okay,
about
hold
the
on.
king.
The original Sleeping Beauty is very rapey.
It is.
All of Grimm's is very bad.
We'll take that as an answer. Yeah, go.
Read it off.
They got it. Congratulations.
It's gave birth and one of the babies sucked out the poison.
Yeah, she sucked the thorn out.
That is like
Yeah.
that's so fucked up. I can't even like.
Alright, we have 3 questions left. And then we can finally bring our one guest up who's been waiting very patiently. Sorry. This is what you get for agreeing to do a show at 11 o'clock tonight. What was Red Riding Hood bringing to her grandmother's house? And this is, no, we're reading all 4 of these answers before anyone says what. Is it A, bread and cheese? Is it B, milk and cookies? Is it C, cake and wine? Or is it D, the latest 50 Shades of Grey?
Okay, maybe we go to like this row that's been quiet.
You have a gift.
You
You have a gift, Scott.
You have a gift.
You do have a gift.
I'm an equal opportunist podcaster.
Anyone want to give a guess?
I said crack, and no one agrees.
Crap? It's not crap.
It was close.
Desi for the win! Grandma's got some issues.
Yeah, you know, Granny's. Is it
It's New York.
No, it's not
honey.
crack.
Do you blame Granny? Like,
No,
really?
can't blame Granny
You can't
at all.
blame Granny for that.
Crack.
Yes.
She's got to share too, though. I mean, seriously.
Granny's running like a coup. Like she's Red Riding Hood.
I don't know who officially gets that process, so figure that out, Mike.
Straight to Columbia.
Just toss it out in the
Where
audience.
was that? Where was
Alright,
that?
just toss it out.
What is the answer?
Take it wine.
Once.
Are you
Cake and
gonna
wine.
Take it wine.
Stop saying
I'm
what?
gonna leave it right here.
Bro, don't.
But for
For
real, Red Riding Hood was bringing Granny cake and wine.
Yeah, it's cake and wine. Is it
According
really?
to
Party at Granny's? That's amazing.
It's cake and wine.
I mean, the Granny is all that time, I believe it.
I like red.
All right, guys, we're coming up to the end of these questions
What
here.
did the princess drop into the frog's pond that caused her to meet him? Is it A, her tiara? Is it B, her bracelet? C, a ring? Or D, a golden ball?
This one's the hardest one.
Once.
Nope.
Once. The tiara. Once, the third option.
Stop
No,
it.
that
Yeah, that was
was
only guess.
You guys, there are literally 2 options left. Somebody just shout out like
Once, one.
Nope.
You already guessed it.
There's literally one answer left.
Once.
Yes, it's 4.
A gold ball.
Alright, and the final question for the night. Guys, it's not that good. How is Snow White healed in the original tale? Is it A, a kiss from her beloved? Is it B, the dwarf sprinkle gold dust on her? Or is it C, the prince kills the evil queen? There's a 4th option. I don't know why I
But that's all wrong.
Yeah, here's D. The prince drops the glass off and knocking the pulls it out and pieces us down. Congrats, you won, Ed.
Nice.
Does somebody want to guess D? Like maybe in this corner?
That one.
Sure.
D, to this gentleman right here. Which I can't
Which
see.
gentleman?
The one right in the back.
Way in the back.
The glasses.
Matt. It's Matt.
Is that Matt? I can't see.
Day.
Alright, guys. Let's finally bring up one of our guests this evening. She is a fellow podcaster here in New York City. She's also an actress, an improv comedian. Please welcome, I'm going to push her last name even though I already figured it out, Rachel Leishman?
Rachel, are you a wine drinker? Yes, I finished mine like 10 minutes ago. Welcome back though.
We got one. Aaron, do you
Alright, so how many chairs can we fit in a line here?
I have to go pay a bill, so you can have mine first.
That's what I got.
There you go. I got
Rachel, thank you for doing the show.
Let's hear it for Rachel.
Sorry, buddy.
It's hard.
Thank you for doing the show, Rachel.
Yeah, of course, this is awesome.
So, that is the title of the show.
Oh, I'm not that clever.
That's a good title for a podcast, though. I like that.
I'm not that clever. Destroy my life.
Well, you host 3 podcasts?
Yeah, yes.
And after hosting 3 of them, you don't know how to hold a mic?
I don't know because we have, okay, well, one is like a really janky situation and we don't know how to film. I do this all the time. We don't know how to record, so it's just a laptop speaker. And then the other guy does all the work. I don't do anything. And then the other one, we have one of those.
Okay.
So I don't have to touch a microphone at all. So I don't know how.
You just kind of eat it a little bit. Not as much as Daniel did earlier.
Okay, so I'm gonna say something.
Yeah, not on it.
I'm gonna just put it in my mouth.
What?
Damn.
So, the fascinating podcast is...
Daniel, we enjoyed it.
No, there's a hashtag called Damn.
Back at it again with white
It's like a
bands.
trend. Like the other day I reblogged something on Tumblr that was like, "Damn, Darcy back at it again with that white shirt." And it was just all the pride picture was Darcy.
Way too old for social media because I don't know what that means.
Media manager.
I do. Someone was asking me about Snapchat today. I'm like, look, I'm 32. What the fuck's the Snapchat? Like, I have no idea. Twitter is
As you said, I'll do that shit.
Twitter is about as fast as I get. But
You tried.
what the podcast that brought me to
Yes.
is your Harrison Ford podcast.
The podcast, yeah.
And anyone that listens to Everything Is Awesome, Mike and Daniel know, obviously, like I love Kevin Smith. Like I talk about him a lot.
Is it because you dress like Kevin Smith?
I do dress like Kevin Smith often. In fact, before the show, when it was a little colder, I was wearing my hockey jersey. And
I smelled or something.
But listening to you discuss Harrison Ford is it puts my Kevin Smith knowledge to
I
shame.
love Harrison Ford so much.
Oh, that is solely not me. That is my co-host will come in and be like, "Here's all this news and like information on this movie." I'm like, "Okay, well he looks good in this scene." I think Air Force One is nice. Like, and she'll come and go, "When they were filming this movie, they did this." I'm like, "Cool, okay, sure." And so I sound intelligent, but she gives me like a crib sheet and just puts it in front of me and goes, "This is all the info you need on Harrison Ford." And I'm like, "Okay, great. I know how tall he is and what color his eyes are."
So let me give you a hint about podcasts. You don't give away that secret. You take
I
the
don't.
credit.
I am very willing to be like, I know nothing. I am the idiot of everything I do.
So what I do kind of your story about getting into Harrison Ford, that sounds a lot more.
Whoa! Kevin!
No, it is a little weird. I was 6.
It's
Really, the show is not PG.
No, in my defense, my parents are older, so they couldn't find me a babysitter, but they wanted to go see Air Force One. So they were like, "We're just gonna go see Air Force One."
It got less creepy, right?
And so I went and I came out of that movie like I like the president a lot, and I wouldn't stop talking about him. And so my brother is 10 years older than me, and he was like, "Why is she talking about Clinton?" And my mom finally was like, "She's not. She's talking about Harrison Ford and Air Force One." So he was like, "You can't let her watch just Air Force One." So he sat me down and made me watch all the Star Wars, Indiana Jones, and like go through the whole thing. But it was at the age of 6 I realized I liked dudes because I watched Air Force One and was like, that guy's hot. Yeah. And then it went to like Alec Baldwin and Pierce Brosnan, and it was like all like old guys for a really long time.
Because you tweet a lot about Colin Firth.
Oh, I'm into Colin Firth right now because of Bridget Jones's Baby. Yeah. It was like he does this slow motion. Yeah, but he does in Bridget Jones's Baby. He does this slow motion sex walk to like a smooth R&B song. And so like when you're watching it happen, it's just kind of like yes, and he just like slow walks and like just stares at him. It's a nice scene. Just watch it.
So what do you think about Asian Idol? Especially the young version of Harrison Ford.
Here's my thing about
Fuck young Harrison.
No. That guy, his name starts with an A. And I can't remember what his real name is. Yeah, it's not Alden because that's the guy who is playing Han Solo. I can't remember, but he's young Harrison Ford in Age of Madeline. He does a really good Harrison Ford impression, and he looks like young Harrison Ford, but that's all he does. So his entire career is like, I'm gonna impersonate Harrison Ford. So when he didn't get Han Solo, he's kind of like, I don't have a life, so I'm not Han Solo.
So what do you think about the casting of Han Solo?
On my other podcast called Hard Bodies, where we objectify dudes, we just did him, and I actually really enjoy him. Like, he's a good actor.
I just love everything you say.
What?
Do you realize what you're saying?
I don't.
Just said the words.
I wasn't listening.
I think, have you met Daniel?
So what?
Oh, wait.
But yes.
Damn.
Next
How would Han Solo?
Yes. When you have to say that every time Daniel says something.
We just say that every
So
time.
once. He said once upon a time. And then I just did it again. Oh, how would he fit in that show? Okay, so to be fair, I stopped watching in like season 3.
Season 3. That was
Sorry.
it.
Well, okay, my biggest thing is my favorite fairy tale of all time is Beauty and the Beast.
Yes!
The fact that Prince Adam is not in Once Upon a Time, even though Rumpelstiltskin's awesome, makes me very upset because that's my favorite prince. However, I think if Han Solo was in it,
You watch it?
oh, of course, I'm gonna watch every shitty thing Han Solo's ever in.
Anything.
But
Here.
I think he would probably be friends with Hook. But very reluctant about it because he's a hermit.
Okay, so everyone watched the last episode now?
Yeah.
Right? I got you. But we did have Henry say some things about sequels.
Yes.
And it was Star Wars.
And Temple of Doom.
Thank you, yeah, and God.
I got one too.
They won't both be a prequel.
Temple of Doom is not better than.
It's not better, but it's good.
Yeah, but it's not better than Raiders.
Wait,
Oh,
I
no,
couldn't hear that.
I said, no, I know, I can't hear stuff. I was just saying. No, but it's interesting to see if Once Upon a Time does bring anything.
Every once in a while, Daniel needs to go up and just go like this.
He spun his finger around like you.
For people who at home who won't see that.
Get it, Emma?
It's fine.
What does the show turn into?
A wonderful thing. It's a wonderful, wonderful thing.
I just Abercrombie and Fitch. Oh, do another one.
Do it. Get her
I think we have a splash.
No, coming back to Once Upon a Time. How many?
I'm out. What do I do if I'm out?
Get more.
No, but what do you think about if they did bring any Star Wars onto the show? Because they got tempted.
Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Thumbs up or thumbs down?
Star Wars almost about time.
Thumbs up or thumbs down? Do you want Star Wars or Once Upon a Time?
No!
like if Harry Potter was a TV series, it would have been a lot better because we would have gotten we would have gotten Spew, we would have gotten all the house elves, and we would have gotten all the things they cut out. However, Star Wars needs to stay. The Star Wars cartoons are good. Yeah,
Hashtag Spew in the
Alright, no, Star Wars may not be something we should put on there, but it wouldn't be a bad idea to have a guest star from the series come on to one to play.
So Adam and Eddie can mess it up.
And now Star Wars.
Oh my God, we can't messed up everything already.
Yeah, like season 5.
season 5.
Okay, hold on. Hold on.
Princess Leia's granny. I'm just saying.
That's a good idea.
All right, so at this point of the show, it got a little crazy, and you're not quite able to hear me make the introduction. But we bring up the comedy duo from Australia, the Aussie comedy duo, the Sunnies, right here on awesomepodcast.com.
We're from Bondi, which is in Australia. It's a little island.
It's not an island at all. It's a beach.
Oh my God.
I'm pretty sure I got the same one.
Let's do mine.
So we're the Sunnies.
Hi.
The saviors.
We're bringing our doodly-doos to the Americas because we love you guys so much.
I don't even know what you're saying. I'm so drunk.
No one does.
There we go.
There's so much wine. So many times the word once was said.
Once? Who said once?
Once? So many times. Once upon all the time. Once.
Stop! Oh man.
That is mean.
You're my
So
favorite.
good.
Let's go straight to the hospital.
I'm your only friend. Okay. So this is one of our covers. It's a little bit more somber. We're gonna maybe lull you a little bit.
It's basically about Sleeping Beauty and Prince Charming mixed with every other fairy tale that you all fucked up all night. So that's basically we wrote this yesterday.
We wrote it. Kiss me hard before you go. There's so many times like this. I just wanted you to know that baby, we changed our hearts in vain. We jumped, never asking why. We kissed, I fell under your spell alone. No one could deny. Oh my God, I feel it in the air. Tell everyone going so well.
It's
Let's just rock and say hi.
Yeah, it's
Now it's
shit.
total
It's
garbage.
really good. No, it's alright. But that's it. This is all.
All right, that's our show. And after re-listening to this and editing it and putting it together, I'm remembering that in the moment, I actually had a really great time at the New York Comic Con show, the unofficial New York Comic Con show. It was a lot of fun meeting up with everybody, going to a new location. It was scary, but it was really fun too. And so glad we did it. I don't regret it. And as you can see, like, we kind of cut the show abruptly, but everything that happens after this point is way not really related to Everything Is Awesome. And there really wasn't much for it thematically did not make sense to post on this episode right here. Maybe a bonus episode one day, who knows. But big thanks to everyone who came out to watch us at New York City Comic Con. I had so much fun. I hope to do it again. I do want to go out to New York City around Comic-Con time and maybe have a better structured show for that area, for that event, for whatever. And it was, I loved it. It was a fun day in New York City. I got to meet Oliver, one of the founders of Spearman. I got to hang out with my buddy Mike for the day. Once he got there, I got to meet Team West Coast and meet a couple listeners of ours. It was, I forgot that when I came out, that we got a couple laughs and legitimate laughs. And maybe I'm not the best joke teller, but it made me smile listening to that part at the very least. Thank you to Rachel Leishman, who I said it in the beginning of this show. I don't think I said it in the show, at least not on the mic. I did say it to Rachel, but big thanks to her for coming out and putting up with the nonsense. Nothing that I had told her came to fruition except for her being on the show. So hopefully we can work a schedule out where she's on a real actual episode of Everything Is Awesome, so that we can sit down and talk more about her podcasts. And if you follow her on Twitter, which I'll have in the show notes, that just like everyone else who is a fan of Star Wars, she was greatly affected by the loss of Carrie Fisher. So we'll probably sit down and talk to her about that as well. Big thanks to the Sunnies for coming out and doing their thing. That was a lot of fun. Big thanks to Once Upon a Wine and Team West Coast for coming out and doing their thing and letting us play in their world for as long as we have. And thank you to you guys, the Super Friends. You guys make all this possible. And if that sounded fun to you, come on out to Tattooed Mom on January 29th, 2017, baby. We're going to celebrate the 1-year anniversary of Everything Is Awesome the way that only Philly could. And to me, there's only one bar. Maybe it's because I've only been to one bar that hosts a podcast, but there's one place there's two places to go to host your podcast in Philadelphia, as far as I'm concerned. And we'll continue to add to that list, I'm sure. But Tattooed Mom, Bridgeset Sound, both sponsors of the first Everything Is Awesome Podiversary show. Make sure you check them out, whether you're there for the show or not. But come on out from 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. The lineup will be posted officially in the next couple of days on bday.awesomepodcast.com. You can see who our great sponsors are. You can get the address to Tattooed Mom. You can get the date, the time. Remember, this is free. Free for nothing. Free funny. We're going to have Party of One podcast. We're going to have a Quest for Magic and Steel. We're going to have 25 o'clock pod. And we're going to have full belly laughs, guys. I'm really, really excited for this, and I hope you guys can make it out to the show. I'm gonna have a lot of fun with it. Enough babbling. happy 2017, the first episode of 2017 here. We'll be back next week, officially part of the Core Temp Arts Network. We'll have Thor as our guest on the show. It's going to be so much fun, guys. Episode 50. Not many podcasts get to say we're going to episode 50, but we're doing it. We're doing it. I'm so happy. Thank you all for an incredible year. In a year that really sucked, and I'm not talking pop culture general feeling wise, I'm talking personally. The year kind of sucked. I lost my uncle. Other great things happened, but that stays in my mind because that happened the end of the year, so 2016 sucked in a big bad way. I lost someone really, really important to me. I'm sure you heard the episode where I cry about it a lot and whatnot, and I don't take it back. I'm glad I did it. But doing the podcast, doing these live shows, becoming part of the Super Friends and growing the Super Friends, becoming part of the Philadelphia Podcasting Society as far as like being involved in that group, being now part of this podcast network and being able to do our 4th live show in 1 year time is fantastic. It's really, really cool. So thank you all for making it happen, to every single one of you Super Friends out there. I can't ask for a better audience. And I hope to see you on the 29th. If not, be sure to listen to it on the 1st. And all I'm going to ask you to do, I'm not going to ask you for Patreon. I'm not going to ask you to go to patreon.com/awesomepodcast if you don't want to. Only thing that could really make this year end really well is if you go to iTunes and leave a 5-star text review. So we can get more ears on this show. I would love to have more listeners so that we can do cool things like live shows. We were really lucky to do 4 of them this year. I would love to up that number. I would love to do 6 or more live shows this year. I think that would be an amazing, amazing feat. So let's kick off 2017 right, guys. Let's say fuck you to all the bad. Let's say how you doing to all the good. And let's make 2017 a year of just plain old fun and goals, making our goals and whatnot. Thank you again. We'll see you next time right here on awesomepodcast.com. We have been awesome.